Close your eyes. Not because you have to, because what's coming works better in the dark. Let the day be over for now. Whatever was happening before this, the conversations, the screens, the small negotiations of an ordinary day, let all of that settle. Like dust on a road that no one's driving anymore. You don't have to solve anything for the next hour. You don't have to remember anything. You don't have to be ready for anything. Just be here, wherever here is. The room around you, its walls, its ceiling, the particular temperature of its air. Let those things hold the edges of your attention for a moment, not as details, just as confirmation. You're inside something. Something is around you. Let the weight of yourself settle. Let the floor, or the chair, or the bed confirm that you are a body with mass. Feel the small gravity of your own hands, palms up or palms down, whichever way they fell. Don't adjust them. They landed where they wanted to land. Tonight we're going somewhere specific, not imaginary, not invented, based on a report, a government document filed in 2023 by 7 people who saw something they still cannot explain. A document the Department of War classified as among the most compelling in their holding.
7 federal employees, 2 evenings, the Western United States, objects that generated their own light, objects that moved without sound, objects that, and this is the part that changes something in the people who read it, split into smaller versions of themselves, orbs launching other orbs.
But this is not a documentary. This is not a briefing. We are not here to explain what they saw. We are here to feel what it would be like to stand where they stood. This is about what happens in your body when the sky does something you didn't authorize, something you can't control, something you can't even name. And what happens, if you're willing, when you stop needing to name it.
Jacques Vallée, the astrophysicist who spent 50 years studying reports like the one we're entering tonight, once said, "We are dealing with a yet unrecognized level of consciousness, independent of man but closely linked to the Earth." Independent of man, but closely linked to the Earth.
Not distant, not alien in the way we usually mean that word. Something already here, something already close. Something that doesn't require your permission to be real. Let that be the doorway. Something independent, something close, something that has been here, according to Vallée, according to the historical record, according to cave paintings and pilot reports, and 7 people standing in the desert in 2023. Something that has been here for a very long time. And tonight, you're going to meet it. Let your breath slow, not by force, just by attention. The way a river slows when the banks widen. Your attention is the widening. Your breath the sky is so wide it has weight. You're standing in open ground, not pavement, not a path, just earth, the kind that hasn't been decided about yet. Not a field, not a garden, not anyone's property in particular, just ground. The kind of ground the continent was before roads. You're not alone. There are others nearby, but they're far enough away that you feel singular. 6 figures at various distances, some standing, some crouched, all facing roughly the same direction, west. They're not talking. Something has already begun that none of them has named. Evening is settling, not fallen, settling. The way sediment settles in still water. The blue above you is deepening into that color that isn't blue anymore. That color the sky becomes when it's deciding whether to show you its stars. Indigo, the color of the space between decisions. The air smells like sage, like distance, like the particular mineral quality of desert air after the sun lets go. Clean, slightly alkaline, ancient. This air has been here longer than anything with a name. It was here before the roads, before the fences, before the language you're thinking in. Beneath you, hardpack earth, rocks the size of your fist, scattered like the ground coughed them up decades ago and never picked them up. Scrub brush at knee height, sage, a low plant with silver leaves that catches what's left of the light. Your feet know this ground, not from memory, from contact. The ground knows your weight. You can feel it receiving you, not resisting, receiving. And somewhere to the west, not far, the horizon is still holding a thin band of amber, the last light of the day, held there like a breath that hasn't been released, like the sky is keeping one eye open, watching to see what you'll do with the dark. Let yourself arrive in this place, not as a visitor, as a witness. You were placed here by the act of closing your eyes. The landscape built itself around you. Now, let it hold you.
J. Allen Hynek, the astronomer who ran Project Blue Book for the Air Force, who spent years debunking reports before the data changed his mind, said, "The UFO phenomenon exists. It has been with us throughout history. It is physical in nature and remains unexplained." Throughout history, physical, unexplained. Not mysterious in the way a magic trick is mysterious, where someone knows the answer and is hiding it from you. Unexplained in the way weather was unexplained for most of human history. Real, present, doing what it does whether or not you understand it. This is the landscape 7 federal employees stood in. 2 evenings, 4 kinds of phenomena. Objects that generated their own light, that moved without sound, that split into smaller versions of themselves. Objects that a government report called among the most compelling ever documented. Leslie Keene, the investigative journalist who broke the Pentagon UAP story, wrote, "Whatever these things are, they are real physical objects, and they are not ours."
Not ours, but not hostile either. In 2 evenings of observation, not one aggressive action, not one threatening behavior. air moves. You can feel it on your face, on the backs of your hands. Cool, not cold. The temperature of evening when evening is gentle about it. Something in the distance, a coyote or a generator, or nothing at all, hums at a frequency you feel more than hear, a vibration that lives in the ground as much as in the air. The sky is almost dark now. The amber band is thinning. The stars are arriving the way guests arrive at a party. One or two at first, politely, and then all at once. Almost ready, you begin to walk. Not toward anything specific, just west, toward that last thin line of amber that's almost gone now. Your feet find their way across the hard pack. There's no path. You're making one by walking it. The sage brushes your ankles. The air is cooling with each step, as if the temperature drops by a degree every 20 feet. The sky is vast above you, so wide you can feel the curvature of the earth in your peripheral vision. Not see it, feel it, the way the sky bends at the edges. The others, the 7, are somewhere behind you, or beside you, or scattered across this open ground at their own distances, facing their own directions, feeling whatever they're feeling in their own bodies. It doesn't matter where they are exactly. What matters is that your attention has lifted. You're no longer looking at the ground. You're scanning, the way a body scans when it senses something just outside the frame. Not searching, that's too active. Not waiting, that's too passive. Scanning, the way your eyes move across a dark room when you first enter it. The way an animal turns its head, not because it heard something specific, but because the silence changed shape. Something that wants to be witnessed, not something hiding from you, not something you have to hunt or trap or decode or understand before it shows itself, not something that requires your clearance level or your credentials or your belief, something patient, something that chose this sky, this evening, this particular arrangement of 7 people with government clearances and open eyes. Something that, if Pasalka is right, wants to be seen, chose to be seen, timed itself to be seen. You're walking. The sage brushes your ankles. The air is cooling. And somewhere in your chest, below your breath, behind your sternum, there's a tightening. Not fear exactly. Something older than fear. Something the body has been doing since before language. The ancient response to the possibility that the world is larger than the map you drew of it.
Diana Walsh Pasulka, professor of religious studies at the University of North Carolina, spent years studying how people respond to this moment. Not the moment of seeing something, the moment before. The moment when the body knows before the eyes do. When something in the autonomic system says, "Pay attention, something is about to be here." She said, "The phenomenon behaves like something that wants to be witnessed."
Seeing has already happened for pilots, for federal employees, for farmers, for children, for people who never asked to see anything unusual and saw it anyway. The seeing is done. The question is about the knowing, the taking in, the rearranging of the interior map. Are you ready? You don't have to answer. The question isn't a gate. It's a door that's already open. Just keep walking. The sky is nearly full dark now. The stars have all arrived. And something at the edge of where you can see, at the western horizon, is beginning to glow. Something that isn't a star. There, at the western edge of the sky, low, just above the horizon line where the amber was, an orange light, round.
Ryan Graves, the former Navy FA-18 pilot who went public about daily encounters with anomalous objects off the coast of Virginia, said, "We were seeing these things every day for years." Every day, for years. Not a one-time event, not a fluke, not a mistaken weather balloon or a misidentified planet. Objects, solid, radar-returning, flight path-ignoring objects, showing up so consistently that the pilot stopped being startled and started being annoyed. The way you get annoyed at a neighbor's dog that won't stay on its own lawn. Something so persistent it became ordinary. Until someone finally asked, what if ordinary is the wrong word? What if the right word is ongoing?
It has depth.
Avi Loeb, Harvard's chair of astronomy, the man who argued that the interstellar object Oumuamua might have been technological, said, "The question is not whether we are alone. The question is whether we are ready to know." Ready to know.
You're standing with them now, not in time, in posture. Your body has adopted the same stance, rooted, open, looking up. Your breath has adjusted itself, not faster, not slower, just more present, more attended to. As if your body has decided that breathing is important enough right now to consciously. The orb is steady. It has been steady. It could be 100 feet wide or 1,000 feet wide. Distance is impossible here. The desert air offers no reference points, just the dark and the light, the ground and the sky, you and it. And then, the part that changes something in the people who read this report. The orange orb begins to emit a smaller light. Red, not orange. Red, like the color of the center of the mother orb has been concentrated and released. It emerges from the surface, not from a seam, not from an opening, from the surface itself. The way a droplet forms on the underside of a leaf, slowly, and then separate. The red orb lifts, drifts east, silent. No engine sound, no rotor wash, no sonic disturbance, just movement. Then another, emerging from the same surface, the same patient separation, the same red glow, drifting in a different direction, south. Then a third, rising, orbs launching other orbs. You see it now, the orange sphere, patient, enormous from this distance, and from its surface, these red shapes separating, rising, drifting in trajectories that don't match wind, don't match gravity, don't match anything you know how to predict. A mother of light releasing her children into the dark. And it's not frightening. It should be. You were taught it should be. Everything in the architecture of your cultural inheritance says unknown flying objects are threats, are dangers, are things to shoot down or flee from or deny. But standing here, feeling the hard pack under your feet, feeling the cool air on your skin, your body is not afraid. Your breath has changed. Notice that. Not faster, just more present, more witnessed by yourself. Your body is doing something without your instruction. It's attending the way a body attends to music it didn't expect to love, the way you attend to a sunset. Not because it's useful, but because beauty is a kind of instruction your body obeys before your mind decides whether to.
Cold and tremor, ash and stone, dust and unction, evil bone, carpets crow, beat turns fast,
Not damaged, not frightened into something less than they were. Changed the way a window is changed when you open it. Same glass, same frame, but now the air moves through. Now the sounds of the world enter. Now the boundary between inside and outside has thinned. Changed the way you change when you hear a piece of music for the first time that will matter to you for the rest of your life. You were one thing before it. You're something else after. Not less, not damaged,
The report describes it: a large, stationary, glowing orb observed at close range. The witnesses stood. They watched. No one ran. 7 people trained to assess threats, trained to identify aircraft, to measure distances, to catalog what they see, stood in the dark and watched something they couldn't catalog. And no one ran.
You've seen before. Like watching someone write in a language you'll never speak, but can feel the rhythm of. And you're still here. The ground is holding you. The air is moving around you. Your hands are soft.
Every system makes the warm, golden chamber, ash and stone, dust and ocean, evil dawn, pieces fell, fevers grow, very dark, we see the world, golden.
The evening air moves around you. It didn't ask for permission to be here. Your breath is already doing what it does without instruction. You were never meant to control the sky. Let that land wherever it wants to land. You were never meant to control the sky. You were never asked to. The sky never waited for your approval to be dark, to be full of stars, to be, tonight, full of something else. Something warm, something orange, something that emits smaller versions of itself into the dark without explaining why. You were not asked to control any of it. And yet the impulse is there. You can feel it. The part of you that wants to categorize, to understand, to have a framework, to know what to do. The control impulse. The one that says, if I can name it, I can manage it. If I can manage it, I'm safe. But the sky didn't consult you. The sky just did what it did. And you're still here, standing, breathing, safe. Something is shifting in the sky and in you simultaneously. The orange orb has begun to move, not fast, slow, deliberate, like a hand reaching across a table to take yours, like it knows you're watching, like you're watching.
Gary Nolan, the Stanford immunologist who studied the brains of people who'd had close encounters, who put them in MRI machines and found structural differences in the caudate putamen region, said, "The people who have had these experiences are not broken, they are changed." Not broken, changed.
Of light. And there, to the south, another phenomenon. The second one from the report. A large, glowing shape at ground level. Not in the sky, on the earth, among the sage and the rocks. Glowing with its own light, softly, the way moss glows in the imagination of a child. Imagine that. Imagine the decision, the moment the body overrides the training, the moment curiosity defeats protocol. 7 people who knew the procedures, who knew the chain of command, who knew what you're supposed to do when you encounter something you can't identify. And they ran toward it. Not recklessly, not in panic, in wonder. afraid. And that surprises you because you were taught somewhere in the architecture of your becoming, in the movies and the warning labels and the news reports and the evolutionary wiring, that what you can't explain should frighten you, that what you can't.
John Mack, the Harvard psychiatrist who risked his entire career to study people who reported contact, who was investigated by his own university for taking his patients seriously, said, "The encounters change the experiencer's relationship to the living world. Not to the universe, to the living world, to the one they already inhabited. The encounter doesn't take them somewhere else, it changes where they already are."
Expanding, the pupils widening, the jaw softening, the chest opening like a door that was pushed from inside. Something is glowing out there at the edge of the dark, and it hasn't moved closer. Your chest is open, your hands are soft. Nothing in you has tightened. Welcome is enough. Stay here in the not knowing, as long as it stays warm. Welcome is enough. You don't need to understand it to welcome it. You don't need to name it, classify it, file it, report it. You can just let it be here, the way you let rain be here, the way you let the wind be here, the way you let a song be playing in another room without needing to know who's singing. The sky's full now, not crowded, but populated. Orange and red lights in a slow choreography that has no name. The ground level glow pulsing gently to your south. And you, on the ground, part of it. Not controlling it, not fleeing it, not analyzing it. Part of it the way the ground is part of rain. The way the shore is part of the tide, present, receiving, shaped by the contact. Something is gathering now, in the sky and in the music, and in the deepest part of your chest, an opening, not violent, slow, the way a flower opens, not because it decides to, because the conditions are right, because the light reached it, because the temperature said yes. You can feel it, that opening, behind your sternum, below your collarbone. A space that was tight is loosening. A door that was closed is swinging inward. Not because you willed it, because you stopped gripping the handle.
Don't break the time and certainty. Don't break the broken pain. Don't break the fuck down. Don't break the chains. Don't break the flow. Don't break the sound that
The sky is doing something it has apparently been doing for thousands of years, showing itself. And tonight, in this imagined desert that is also a real desert, in this reconstructed moment that is also a documented moment, you are the one it chose to show. The translucent kite.
The report says the witnesses pursued this one on foot. They ran toward it, not away. 7 people with security clearances ran toward the light.
The orbs are higher, much higher, or maybe not higher, just bigger, so large that your field of vision can't hold its edges. Not solid, not opaque, transparent, like something drawn on the air in light. A shape that lets the stars through. You can see Orion through its left edge. You can see the Pleiades through its center. It is not between you and the sky. It is part of the sky. A shape the sky is making with itself. It doesn't block the sky. It lets the sky through and adds itself to it. Let that image hold you. Something vast that doesn't replace what was there. It adds to it. Something that occupies the same space as the stars and does not compete with them. Something that is present and transparent at the same time, here and permeable. And somewhere in you, in the oldest part of you, in the part that existed before your name, before your opinions, before your fear, a door opens that was never locked. It was just closed by habit, by the belief that if you can't name it, you should fear it, by the belief that your safety requires understanding, that your okayness requires control, that the only way to be protected is to have the perimeter secured, the variables accounted for, the unknowns cataloged and contained. But the kite is transparent. The kite is enormous and transparent. The kite lets the stars through, and it is not diminished by that. It is not weak because it is see-through. It is vast because it is see-through. Its power is in its permeability. Its strength is in what it allows to pass through. What if that were true of you? The ground beneath you has always been lit from above. You just look down instead. Your pulse is easy. There's a warmth at your temples that wasn't there before. Wonder is your oldest protection. Let the sky be full. You were built for this. Wonder is your oldest protection. Wonder is your oldest protection. You were built for this. Stay here. The lights are still there, but dimming now, the way the report says they dimmed. Slowly, without urgency, without drama, as if they'd done what they came to do, and there was no reason to leave quickly. The red children fade first, one by one, like embers in reverse, not going out, going elsewhere, dimming in this frequency, perhaps brightening in another one you can't see. stepping sideways out of the visible. The ground level glow is thinned to a suggestion. You can still feel it at the edge of your peripheral vision. A warmth there, a color. But when you look directly, it's gone. The way a star disappears when you look right at it and reappears when you look beside it. Averted vision. The phenomenon lives at the edge of direct attention. The translucent kite, if it was ever there in the way solid things are there, has become the sky again. Not gone, reabsorbed. The stars that were visible through it are the same stars that are visible without it, which means either it left or it's still here and you've learned to see through it the way it was always letting you see through it. The orange mother fades last, patient to the end, dimming so slowly you can't identify the moment it stops being a light and starts being a memory. A gradual, dignified departure. The kind of leaving that says, I was here. I showed you what I came to show you. I'll be here again. You're still standing in the open ground. The sage, the hardback, the wide sky. The night has deepened to full dark. No amber at the horizon anymore. Just stars, the ordinary kind. The ones that have always been there. But they look different tonight. Not brighter, not closer, just less alone. As if the sky has been introduced.
The report says no one was hurt. Over 2 evenings of observation, 4 types of phenomena, some at close range, some pursued on foot, no one was hurt. No one was threatened, no equipment was damaged, no communication was jammed. The phenomena simply appeared, demonstrated, and dimmed. Like a teacher showing you something and then stepping back to see what you'd do with it.
Opened it. Same glass, same frame, same room. But now the air moves through. Now the sounds of the world enter without being invited. Now the boundary between inside and outside has become what the kite was. Transparent, present and permeable at the same time. You're changed, not by the lights themselves, not by what they were or where they came from, or what government report holds their details. Changed by what you let yourself feel while they were here. Welcome. You let yourself feel welcome towards something you couldn't explain. You let your body do what it wanted to do, which was not to flee, not to fight, not to analyze, but to attend, to open, to stand on the ground and look up and feel wonder, as if wonder were the most natural thing your body knows how to do, because it is. And the fear, the one that says you need to control what you can't understand, that you need to name what you can't explain, that your safety depends on your ability to predict and manage and contain. It's still there. You can feel it, smaller now, not gone, just resting. Like a coat you put down in the back of a chair. It's yours if you want it back. It's not wrong to have it. It served you. But tonight, you didn't need it. Tonight, you had something older. Something the body remembers even when the mind sky is dark now, full of stars. The desert is quiet. The crickets have resumed. The wind is moving. The world has gone back to doing what the world does. But it's different now, not because it changed, because you did. Let your breath come all the way down into your belly, into the floor of you. Let the ground hold your full weight, all of it. The weight of what you've seen and the weight of what you haven't understood, and the weight of the wonder that is still sitting in your chest like a warm stone. Let the night be what it is, vast and populated and not against you, full of things you'll never name, full of lights you'll never explain, full of phenomena that have been here since before the language you're thinking in and will be here after. And that's not frightening, not tonight. Nothing more is required. Nothing more is asked of you. You saw what was shown. You felt what was offered. You stood on the ground and let the sky be full of things that weren't yours to control. That's enough. That's everything. When you're ready, not now, not yet, there's no urgency. But when you're ready, you'll open your eyes. The room will be the room, the walls, the ceiling, the ordinary sounds. But the sky.
Pasolka said the phenomenon wants to be witnessed, and tonight you are the witness. Not a passive one, not someone taking notes from a distance. An active witness, someone whose body is responding, whose chest is opening, whose breath is slow and deep and unguarded.
Because they wanted to be seen. Welcome them.
A translucent kite. That's what the report says. As if they needed the most ordinary word they could find for something that has no ordinary equivalent. Gary Nolan said they're changed.
drifting down when the dust is rose.